shake my nerves and you rattle my brain. Too much love drives a man insane. You broke my will.
What is madness? Madness is often regarded as anything out of the usual. Anything out of the usual, I should say, is regarded as madness. But is it? The usual life is a life of a person who copies other people. The usual life is a life of a child who goes to school because the parents told him or her so, who then continues to go through the educational system and then finally go to work because it just happened to be so. Most people, I suspect, don't have a clear understanding of what they are getting into. During their high school years, they still don't know what they would study. Anyway, I remember I didn't. And after high school, they choose the university or they go to work. And they still don't know what they are doing. They just find some opportunities and by chance they choose their lives. And then they continue working in that company that they got into after graduation, and usually they continue until they finally retire, or sometimes they have to retire. They are forced to retire by the circumstances, but it is not their choosing. It is not their passion that leads them. Most people don't follow their passion in their choices in life. They meet somebody on the basis of chance, and they marry that person. They have children because it happens so. They take care of the children in the same way in which they were raised. So they don't evaluate, again, the values. They don't try to improve on the values that they inherited. They just keep the same. So this kind of conformist behavior is something that is considered normal, and being outside of that, behaving differently, is considered not normal or mad. Any nonconformist behavior is deemed by others as craziness. To me, it is the other way around. It is crazy to be conformist, to be a conformist. It is crazy to follow what everyone does without evaluating life from the beginning. Looking at life and being here alive, being here in this wondrous, in this beautiful, fantastic world, but also full of cruelty, full of surprise and shock and disappointment. The world which is filled with passion. The world which is filled with desires, hopes, suffering, pain, agony. The world full of life is fascinating to me. And to live in it as if one was placed in a box and had covers on both sides of the eyes and couldn't see to the sides is madness. What should we do here to be normal? We should try everything we can to find the right way for ourselves. We should try to find passion, because that is what life is all about. Passion and experiencing life to the fullest is extremely important in this life. That is the game of life. Let's win it. Live your life as if it was a dream, and dream what you want. So, imagine you are in a movie. What part would you like to have in this movie? Would you like to be a cameo? Would you like to be a non-important person standing in the corner? Would you like to be just a person who doesn't do anything special? Or would you like to be the hero? If you would like to be the hero, then be the hero in this life. Don't hesitate. Do something to be the hero. Don't be afraid of trying. Even if others look at you funny, even if others think you are not normal. So what? What is a test that others administer to us? What is an opinion of others? It is just some noise. It is just some commotion around me. What I'm interested in is the real value of life. And I know that there are very few winners in this game. There are very few people who understand what life is all about. You can ask your elders, do you know what life is about? Do you know where we are going after this life? Do you know where we come from before this life? Do you know how to be happy? Are you happy? I travel this world, go to different country from time to time, change the place. I abandon everything behind me and move on in search of the right way, in search of the new experience. I think it is very important to try and find new experiences in life because they give you the ability to compare values. Of course, books are a great way because a lot of people, mosquitoes, a lot of people before us already had a chance to think about life, of course, and the great people who are the writers and who are the thinkers, philosophers, they should be treated as friends. We should consult them rather than people who surround us, who live very average lives. We should consult the geniuses, the special people who dared to live differently. They should be our best friends. Of course, our friends near us, the real people, are very important because they provide real warmth and real comfort and real understanding at times. But knowledge should be obtained from the special people who obtained it, had obtained it. So spend much time with books, spend much time with recordings of other people, with advice of other people. And you will benefit from that much more than talking about prices or about the latest car models with your friends. But apart from that, one should also try to better oneself inside. There are many ways of journey, of traveling. There are many ways of exploring this world. Exploring oneself is an extremely important and valuable way. Try to understand yourself. Try to understand what makes you happy, what makes you sad. Why do you get sad? If you get sad, can you overcome sadness? Can you control your feelings? The name of the game is to become happy. But of course, not only alone. Because being happy alone in the world of suffering is surely madness. We have to reflect what is around us. So, but very few people are happy. When I was young, I thought that I would find a guru who would teach me something. But actually, there are very few people that I could find. There were very, very few people that were truly happy. Maybe one person that I met. His name was Satish Kumar. He made an impression of being very happy to me. And he made an impression of being very peaceful and harmonious. Maybe another person was Marie-Françoise Guidon, my shamanic teacher at the University of Ottawa, and then afterwards in her house, who was happy, seemed to me, and her husband John. But they were not vegetarian, so I did not soak into their values all the way, because I believe that vegetarianism is an expression of having additional compassion that we acquire when we see non-human living beings. We should not want to harm them, and we should be compassionate to them, I believe. So those who are vegetarians guide me more thoroughly. I follow their advice more thoroughly. But those people who are not vegetarians but still do something passionately are still very impressive. You know, great painters and great poets and great writers. Very few of them were vegetarians so far. We are waiting for the future generations to come. But I am still extremely inspired by them. I look at the madness of Van Gogh. The madness of Van Gogh was very normal to me. It wasn't madness. Of course, his cutting off his ear and shooting himself was mad, but the painting that he was into. Every day, passion for painting. The desire to become the act of painting. The desire to understand art through being art himself. The desire to become one with the divine through the act of art is fantastic to me, because this is what is the real juice of life. Let's be the Icarus, not the Daedalus. Let's fly to the sun, even if we burn and fall as a result of that. Life without passion, life of mediocrity, is madness. Passion is knowledge and understanding of what life is all about. Of course we should have passion for good things. Of course we should not harm anyone. People, animals, we should try to be kind and gentle and helpful and compassionate to them. And of course, there is a great responsibility in this world for everybody to try to alleviate the pain around us. There is a wonderful world around us, and there is a horrible world around us. Both must be dealt with. The wonders of this world ought to be explored. The horrors of this world ought to be eliminated. Try to be both. Extremely happy and extremely efficient in eliminating evil. That is, in my opinion, a normal life.
You shake my nerves and you rattle my brain. Too much love drives a man insane. You broke my will, but what a thrill. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. I let you love what I thought it was funny. You came along and woo, now honey, I've changed my mind. This love is fine. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Kiss, baby.